Hello everyone. So today we are starting a new topic, new chapter, that is chapter number 14, ecosystem. We have 8 topics in the ecosystem to be studied. First is ecological structure and function, second is productivity, third is decomposition, fourth is energy flow, fifth is ecological pyramid, sixth is ecological succession, seventh is nutrient recycling, and eighth is the ecosystem services. Now, we are going to start with the very first topic, that is ecological structure and function. So, what is mean by this ecological structure and function? So, there are different kind of ecosystem. If you take a whole biosphere, the ecologists suggest that the whole biosphere is also a global ecosystem. But don't you think it will be very drastic or very difficult to study the whole global biodiversity at a time? Therefore, what we have done, what the ecologists have done is, they have divided the ecosystem into two parts, the aquatic part and the terrestrial part. The terrestrial ecosystem comprises of the forest, the grassland, desert. The aquatic ecosystem comprises of lakes, river, sea, wetland. So these are the aquatic ecosystem. Now there is something called man-made ecosystem. For example, crop field cannot be formed by itself. And there is an aquarium. So this crop field and aquarium is a man-made ecosystem that we have to remember. So we'll understand what is the structure of an ecosystem. So ecosystem comprises of biotic factor and abiotic factor. The abiotic factors are the water, air, sunlight, soil. The biotic factors are the producers, plants, algae, phytoplanktons, the consumers, the decomposers. So these are the abiotic factors. So what we'll do is, we'll take an ecosystem, that is a pond for an example, and then we'll try to understand what is the structure of this particular pond ecosystem and what kind of function does it perform. So if you take an example for a pond system, pond ecosystem, so there are actually biotic component and abiotic component. The abiotic component is water, then there is solar radiation, solar input, then there is soil over here. The third part is the soil. So this is the abiotic component. Now what is the biotic component of this particular ecosystem? In biotics, these are the autotrophic component. What are the autotrophic here? The phytoplanktons, the algae, the free floating, some plants, submerged plants are there. So they are present at the edges sometimes. So these plants are function as a autotrophic system. Then next is the consumers. Who are the consumers over here? Zooplanktons. Now next is decomposers. Decomposers are bacteria, fungi and other dinoflagellates and different protists. So this is the basic structure of a pond ecosystem, wherein you have a biotic system and abiotic system. Abiotic system for this pond ecosystem is water, air and soil. And the biotic system for this particular pond ecosystem will be the producers, which is algae and phytoplanktons, the consumers, which will be the heterotrophs, the zooplanktons, the decomposers, which is present at the bottom of the pond, and they are fungi, bacteria and protists. Now what kind of function does this structure perform? What is the function over here? So first of all, these producers, they convert the inorganic aspects of the component of the nature and convert it into the organic form through a well-known process which is called photosynthesis. This is the first part. Second part is, now this heterotrophs, they will use the autotrophs for their energy. And the decomposers, what does it do? It decomposes the dead, decayed or leftover matter of this particular ecosystem, and whatever the materials will be released. So decomposers, they do decomposition and also they will do mineralization, wherein some nutrients will be released in the pond, and these nutrients will again help the photosynthetic autotrophs to help in photosynthesis process. So this is the function of our ecosystem. So the first function will be, there will be conversion of inorganic into organic matter with the help of sunlight by the autotrophs. Next is the consumption by heterotrophs, and next is decomposition and mineralization, so that whatever nutrients is released, it will be sent to the autotrophs. Now there is very important thing and very much asked in the exams is that this process of energy flow this unidirectional movement of energy towards the higher tropic level. So this plant has actually converted the solar energy into chemical energy form, right? Then the heterotrophs will use this energy, and then the consumers or the high tropic level people will use this energy. So this movement of energy will be only one direction. देखो, plant can be eaten by the higher tropic level people, but the higher tropic organism cannot be taken by the plant. So it is as simple. The energy flow will be always unidirectional. It will be from the first tropic level to the higher tropic level. Now there is one more thing about this is that this biotic and abiotic component what we have seen in the pond ecosystem, they actually give the physical structure. So what is the physical structure of a pond system? The physical structure comprises air, water, solar energy. Other than that, the photoautotrophs and then the heterotrophs and decomposers. So that is the physical structure of a pond ecosystem. Then what is meant by species composition? What are the different microbial composition, the plant composition or the animal composition? So what kind of different species are present in particular ecosystem will be termed as species composition. Next is vertical distribution of these species. Now in an ecosystem, structurally if you see, there must be some arrangement of those species. So the vertical arrangement of species is called stratification. For example, if you see the trees are, if you try to see from upward, from space, if you want to, if you can't see from the space, you have to be in the atmosphere, and then when you try to see the forest, you'll see the trees are first, then comes the shrubs, then comes the herbs, then comes the grasses. So this particular arrangement is called stratification. Now this is all about the ecological structure and function. We'll see you in the next lesson wherein we'll talk about the productivity in detail. What is mean by productivity? What is gross productivity? What is net productivity? What are difference among them? So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Have a nice day.